Welcome back to Your Money and Your Life. Now, we all know relationships can be complicated, but for many Aussies right now, it's not bad habits or lack of romance causing tension at home, it's money. Research from Relationships Australia has found nearly 80% of Aussies experience relationship pressures in the past 6 months, with the rising cost of living one of the biggest causes. But experts say couples who communicate well about money are often not only happier, they can build more wealth together as well. So what does a financially healthy relationship actually look like? Financial wellness coach Betsy Westcott joins us now. Betsy, why is money so emotional in a relationship?
Because it's never just about the money. You know, money really is an emotional topic and it represents things that we really hold dear to us, feelings of security, safety, trust, agency, freedom. So when we have discussions around money, it runs much deeper, which is why it's so often quite fraught and can really cut deep if we're not having a good conversation around money. And a lot of people think, you know what, more money, less problems, but actually that's not the case. What the research shows is that couples that can communicate effectively around money have a much greater outcome of having a harmonious relationship than those that simply have a big income.
Okay, so what areas of finance should each person in the relationship be across?
Okay, there's 6 things that everybody needs to know, and if you don't know them, then this is your homework to go away and do. So first thing you need to know is what bank accounts do we have, who owns them, what receives money, and what's the money going out? And so that really ties into your cash flow. How much do we actually earn and where's it going? Are we just spending? Are we building wealth? Speaking of wealth, superannuation is a really big topic. We know Australians are quite apathetic to their super sometimes, but you know, where is the super? Does it have any insurances sitting inside it? And what happens to that super when someone dies? Then it's your other investments. What's the structures around them? Are they trusts, companies, other investments? Who are your advisors? And it's so important that as a couple, that both of you have a strong relationship with your financial advisor, your accountant, your broker. Then it's your debts. What debts do you have? Do you both own them? Is one of you responsible for them? And what happens thereafter?
Lib and I set aside 15 minutes, usually goes longer, what we call our money love session every month, where we just talk about money. Not who spent what on the credit card bill, but just what are our financial goals? Are we on track with them? What's stressing us? Because we each have different stresses.
Yeah.
So should you be setting aside time and making it part of a habit?
Absolutely. I'm so happy that you do that, although I'm not surprised. But yes, every month you should have at least one check-in. As you said, what are our goals? What are our stresses? Come there as a team with that team mindset. Once a quarter, you know, really just check in on your tracking. Do we need to tweak anything? Has anything changed? And annually have a reset and make it really fun. You know, start dreaming, aligning on what are your goals, what's changed in our family that we need to navigate. And for those that have really healthy relationships, there's 4 things that they do. 1 is they have a shared vision of the future that they're trying to build toward. 2, they have an alignment on how they make decisions. They're done as a team, not unilaterally. They have a really happy and productive, open communication regularly. And 4, this often surprises people, but they actually have fun. Money shouldn't be this big, torturous burden. Yeah. It should be something that is a source of connection and enjoyment for the 2 of you.
So when should you start talking about money in a relationship? Obviously not the first date, that could kill the romance, but, but how far in?
When you first start dating someone, you might not want to exchange tax returns necessarily, but you do want to observe what is that person's relationship with money? How do they talk about it? How do they behave with it? And start to assess if there's alignment there. When you start merging your finances, maybe you are moving in together or planning holidays together, renting together, things like that, that's when you need to have more open conversations around income, shared expenses, how you're going to handle them, and how you're going to make decisions. When you're really committing to each other and merging finances, full transparency is essential. Understanding income, debts, investments, strategy, who's going to help us along the way, how do we make those decisions? So it really escalates as your relationship becomes more committed.
And not to put too much of a downer on it, if one partner insists on total control, That's a massive red flag in the relationship, isn't it?
Absolutely. You have to stay engaged as a financial team. You might have different skills, and some of you might be stronger or more engaged than others, but you can never completely abdicate from the finances in your family. The moment you do that, that's the moment that you hand over control of your life.
Betsy, it is such great advice. Thank you for sharing. Nice to see you.
Thank you.